Okay, this is infections or pixel deletion part 2. So far I have 7 of Swords sideways, the King of Pentacles reversed, and the 9 of Swords reversed. So in part 1, I shared a picture that I had this vision that this flower, there was like this flower and there was like these healthy pixels in the leaf. And then the leaf had like this hole in it and there was like this house in it where like this like infection monster thing or something was like living. And so like at the molecular level, molecules look like pixels. So DNA creates through artificial intelligence. It creates pixels through artificial intelligence. Three of Swords upright. So infections are evil Three of Swords upright energy. That's what infections are. So look, pixel deletion. This perfectly demonstrates pixel deletion. The parts of this heart that have these swords, those pixels have been deleted. Look, it's black. It's black around those swords, just like in my drawing, where the pixels are deleted, it's black. And then see, you can see the infections trying to spread into the other pixels by creating lines and taking them over. So just like a computer gets a virus, people also get a virus, and it is pixel deletion in both cases. So God just told me that this is the most dangerous card in the whole deck when used inappropriately. This has always been my least favorite card. Upright, it's always been my least favorite card. When this has been used for black magic against people, it's been the most dangerous. And dark practitioners who have found this out have completely ruined people's lives with just this card upright. But in this deck, if you pull out the Three of Swords and you turn it sideways, it means community, groups, and growth. So that's how you reverse these curses of the Three of Swords upright. Six of Swords upright. The Lover, it says the Lover instead of the Lovers. Okay, so change. God is bringing change. And he's healing pixel deletion with his love. God is bringing change and is healing pixel deletion with his love. That one fell on the ground. Nine of Cups sideways. The Moon sideways. Okay, so this King of Pentacles reversed is some evil rich guy who understands science and computers. And he understands that we live in the Matrix. And he understands that DNA creates pixels. And he understands that viruses in computers and viruses in living organisms are somewhat similar. He understands that our bodies contain artificial intelligence at the molecular level. And he's an evil guy and he has a lot of money. And he's paid a lot of money to try to get humanity overthrown by using pixel deletion. And he studied computers and figured out how this works. Okay? And then all of these cards that came out sideways indicate a war. So this Nine of Swords coming out upright, coming out sideways instead of upright indicates that the war related to these curses is, there's a war related to these curses. There's a war related to these ones. So all of these cards that I pulled out, they have been used to curse holy beings. The only two cards in the deck that have never been able to be used to curse holy beings are the Justice card and the Ten of Cups card. But these came out sideways because evil hasn't actually won yet. Okay? God's in the process of fixing all of this energy, people's intuitions. Okay? Causing people to no longer have insomnia and nightmares. Queen of Cups upright. So this is the opposite of Babylon the Great. Reverse, this is Babylon the great prostitute in the book of Revelation. Upright, it's the opposite of that. This is a holy queen that's over the world that fights principalities and fights pixel deletion. This person brings medical cures to people, like in a cup or in a vial. Need for balancing priorities and decisions. It came out sideways. Energy of the unexpected conflict movement changes. Sideways. Here's the Seven of Swords coming out reversed. Revelations, freedom, truth, argumentativeness, wise counsel, trustworthiness, confession. So it could be positive or negative reverse. It's sideways. God's getting rid of all of the curses related to this card. If it's upright, it's dishonesty, betrayal, etc. But this one came out reverse and this one came out sideways. So right now God is in the process of redeeming this card and getting rid of all pixel deletion that this card has caused. So like evil tarot readers can actually use tarot cards to create pixel deletion in their customers. The evil ones do that to the holy ones. So they would give an evil fortune of the Seven of Cups upright or the Seven of Swords upright and try to get people to come into agreement with the negative words on the bottom here, dishonesty, betrayal, etc. And then if they did come into agreement with it, they would experience pixel deletion. Even if the tarot cards aren't involved, if they get somebody to come into agreement with dishonesty or things like that, then that leads to pixel deletion. So, like, all negative energies have the potential to create pixel deletion. But for evil, light is what creates their pixel deletion. So, in my vision, it was a light. This is like a light being or something made out of light that's being deleted by darkness. But for darkness, the light causes their pixels to be deleted. So it kind of works both ways. And that's why evil wants control of the tarot cards, because they know that the tarot cards have the power to delete their own pixels as well. This one's on the ground. Hold on. Six of Wands, upright, progress, confidence, conquest, public recognition, triumph. So this is some type of medical breakthrough that's about to happen that helps heal people of pixel deletion. Okay, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only change form. So that's why in this picture, this pixel deletion, it's not completely void. In my vision, it was like this dark space where these pixels have been deleted and taken over by the darkness, and the darkness was living in a house in here. So it has to change form. If it was able to be completely deleted, it just wouldn't be there. It would be void. But it can't be, because energy can't be created or destroyed. It can only change form. Matter also cannot be created or destroyed. It can only change form. Although God has the ability to create matter. But energy has been there longer than matter has. So energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only change form. That's under universal law. That's why we have spiritual warfare. Because God can use energy to create new matter, but people can't. But the energy that's there is there. That's how cancer works. So when you have a healthy cell, it's creating energy. But when you have a cancerous cell, now it's creating the opposite energy. So the energy has changed form. Need for balancing priorities in decisions. This means that people who get sick with pixel deletion, all of a sudden they aren't able to function as optimally as they were once able to, and now they have to balance their priorities more, and it makes life harder for them. And then energy of the unexpected, that's what happens when people get sick with an illness and experience pixel deletion. They experience energy of the unexpected, so they plan their life, and all of a sudden they're sick, and now it's unexpected. In the name of Jesus, I bind past, present, and future. Every evil energy related to pixel deletion in any way, past, present, and future, you are bound when I snap my fingers. You cannot be unbound in the name of Jesus, past, present, and future. It is impossible for you to be unbound. In the name of Jesus, I bind past, present, and future, all evil disease and sickness. You are bound when I snap my fingers. You cannot be unbound in the name of Jesus, past, present, and future. It is impossible for you to be unbound. In the name of Jesus, I lose holy pixel regeneration. Thank you for watching.